You're listening to the GreenSkull podcast.
A podcast for Fife fans, music artists, and creatives alike.
Yeah, hey, no, it's so, I was thinking, bro, how crazy it is because obviously, you know, you're a desert guy, I'm a desert guy. It's also crazy about how many mutual friends that we have, especially in the music game. Like, it's really weird because we talked about it kind of earlier, but it's like, it's crazy because, like, you know Mills and I know Mills and, like, certain things kind of line up. And I've been doing this for really more in the desert since my junior year of high school. So it's been about 4 years. But I've known about you, man. It's really weird. It's really cool to, like, chop it up and meet with you, man. I'm happy to be on your show and everything. But it's, like, weird because, like, I knew who you were. And I knew about your music and everything. And I think it's so cool that we're here now. Look at it. Like, look at us now. We working and it's all cool. So I love it.
Oh yeah, appreciate that, man. Yeah. I've been making music since I think since I was like 13. Really. Yeah. As soon as I could figure out like I could record it myself, I was like, well.
I mean, same with me. I likewise understand. I mean, it started out with me when I was like 16. So like, I didn't really like. I was doing stuff back when I was like 10, like doing piano and stuff. But I never knew how to physically like record, and I just kind of fell in love with it. Now 4 years later, we're still here and still going. So it's amazing.
Hell yeah. Well, shit. We'll just getting to know you a little bit. You know, how did you start? Like, how did this all come together?
How did it all come together? Wow. It really kind of started out more my sophomore year of high school. Is when kind of everything came together. I think I saw a lot of older kids doing it and rap, and I grew up pretty influenced. Not so influenced by my parents in rap, but like my older cousins. My favorite album known to man, and people know this in my circle, is Kanye West Graduation. That's one of the biggest albums that really kind of put me in to where I'm at now. And I think it just kind of, I looked at it, I've always looked at life as a challenge, and I've always looked at like, why not? Why can't it be me? And I always was so fascinated with doing shows and performing and being an entertainer of some sort. I've always had that entertainment type of personality. So I think with music, it just kind of came naturally to me. I mean, I've played piano since I was 4. I've done a lot of things. My mom was very influenced into music, and I kind of took that a step further and thought, why can't it be me? And there's been a lot of more challenges than good, but the challenges have led to that good. So for me, it kind of just started out more with just, you know, it's a confidence thing for sure. People understand, and you understand this in this industry in music. It's all about confidence, and it's all about willing to take your stuff to the next level. And I think for me, I've been able to do that and learn that because of my confidence. I mean, by my appearance, it may not look that I rap, or not even, I don't even say rap. I don't even like to say like I rap, like put out music. But by the looking of me, you wouldn't know that. But I think I love to prove those people wrong. That's been my thing. So I think from a young age, I've had that mentality. And I've never lost it. I think when I lose that is when I'll stop.
I see you. Sheesh, so you've been playing piano for a long time then, huh?
Yeah, I use that a lot into my own music. I think that's a huge thing with me, is that I like to put a lot of piano into it. But yeah, I learned pretty young, man. I mean, like I was doing kind of covers and stuff, doing shows like all over kind of the desert, the Coachella Valley and everything. Just kind of small. Like it wasn't anything crazy, but like I wasn't doing like rap covers on the piano. Like we had a full band, you know, drum, bass. It was all a collective group, like a rotating thing of 15 people. But I kind of had it where I wasn't doing like rap covers. I was doing like Frank Ocean, and I was doing like alt rock. It was weird. I used to just do that. But I enjoy it, man. I mean, playing piano, I think for anyone listening to play an instrument, it's a huge thing. I think it does a lot. It does a lot for you, and I think, you know, it makes you smarter. I like it. I love playing piano. I never regretted playing it when I was younger.
Hell yeah! So are you a producer too? Like you make?
I produce a little bit. That's not my strong suit though. Rapping's more my strong suit. I know I like to work with other people because I like to see what they have, and I kind of just I think producing is just such a fucking different. It's such a pain in the ass sometimes. For me, it is. Like, it's not that I can't do it. I can do it, but I like rapping more because I'm a person where if I'm using that studio time, if I got that hour block or 2 hours block of studio time, I'm using every bit of that. I don't want to waste that on making beats. Like, I don't want to waste that, but I just think lyrically for me, it's just I like rapping. I like putting out music. I like that more than the producing, because I like to see what people have, but also I love working with producers and being like, hey, like I got this sample I want to use, or hey, maybe change the chords, because I just know how to read music. So it's like maybe add certain things. So I think I started doing producing a little more when I was like 17, 18, but then since then, especially since I've been in college, I stepped away from that and just stepped more with the rapping.
Oh, I get you. Oh yeah. Shit, I've been producing since 17.
Damn.
Yeah, my first 3 albums were all me.
Yeah, I've tried to do stuff like I sprinkle in some of my own pre stuff from time to time, but I just have so much music, bro. Like I don't say that like on some. I just say that honestly because I just love to record. So I just like spend the time. Obviously, you can kind of see. I mean, the studio setup is like my own room. I'm in my room right now, but normally I'm at like a studio or something like that, especially in Arizona, because I've had to. Since coming to college in Arizona, I've had to really kind of change. It felt like I sort of had to start over again. Not necessarily, but like try to build a new fan base and be able to do that. But with Arizona, I feel like that the love has been insane, especially because a lot of people don't remember. Obviously, 760, we got to keep those ties real and everything. And I started out there, but I still work out there somewhat. But I'm more in Arizona. I'm in Arizona like 80% of the time, just because of school and everything. So I had to really kind of start from nothing again and try to get college kids and every type of way in Arizona and promote myself more. But I feel like it's just grown more because it's just so much bigger than it is in the Coachella Valley, as you know. I mean, like the Coachella Valley is such a very small place. So
yeah, 100%. I mean, honestly, like if you could get college kids on your shit.
That's why. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been dope. I've done a lot of amazing shows because of that, and I give all that credit, man. And from where I came from to now, man, it's still growing. It's still going.
Oh yeah, that's fucking dope, man. Like actually, I've performed a couple times in Arizona. It's
really
time, So
Arizona, they know how to party, man. I mean, I can tell you that from a person like myself. They know how to party. I think that's the cool thing. And I think the best part about Arizona is obviously with all these college kids and everything, it's not my main target. But when you're coming up in the dorms and you're just trying to make a name for yourself, that's the one audience you can go to. But all these kids aren't all from Arizona. They're from Chicago, Toronto, New York, then they're showing their hometown friends, and they're like, "Yo, check this out! This is a kid I know. He raps. Oh, he's cool." And then the networking and all that shit just starts piling up. So for me, that was a huge thing for me to target that. And then now come this year with no COVID, I've been doing shows and I've been doing a lot more. And I never thought that I could open it up for artists like Cap G and Comethazine and doing a lot of bigger shows that I never thought that I could do. So for me, I think the perks of that being in college is that you could just network and be able to do that. I loved it. I love it still. And it's still going, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I think that's fucking dope. Like using college as like the seed, and then like how you said, people were from other places, so like the roots just kind of.
It just works. It really does. Just kind of just comes full front.
Yeah, that's pretty sick, man.
Thank you.
Shit, so like, when did you start performing? Like, when did you start getting
my first show I was 16. When I really started performing, I would say now, I mean, back in the desert, I would say I was doing shows more like house parties, but also I did a lot of I did Bart Lounge a couple times. Let me see, I did Bart Lounge a couple times. I did some hotel, like I did a lot of random. There was one in Palm Desert. I don't know the promoter's name. I kind of started working with a lot of different promoters, especially I can forget their names now, it's just really bad. But I started working with them more, and then they would just kind of add me on the shows, and it just kind of worked out. But it was just at that time I was 17, 18 doing these shows, and obviously Bart, like you got to be 21 plus to be there. So I would show up to these things, and obviously I'd be underage, and I literally would have to just perform and get the fuck out of there. And then they wouldn't let me get my hard drives. They wouldn't let me get me my flash drives. They wouldn't let me get nothing. So I had to come just do the show and leave. But no, I mean, I really started doing it more in my senior year of high school, kind of just doing shows like that. It was hard for me at that time because all those shows that I were doing were 21 plus. So my core group, my core audience, I couldn't really bring them because they weren't 21. Because I just around that time, not saying I didn't have people that fucked with my music when I was 21, when they were 21. But I got to really be able to reach a new audience, and then that's kind of how I started working with. That's how I was able to meet guys like Lieutenant Mills. Like I was able to form good collaborations with them and stuff like that. And I mean, I have a lot of love for the desert. I have a lot of love for these artists, especially you, man. Like I really, because I've been there and I've been able to see that. Maybe not as long or anything, but I know those shows that we do. We all kind of. It's weird because you can tell me if I'm wrong, but there's not that many promoters out there. There really isn't that many promoters in the desert, in my opinion. I don't think there's as many as to what I've seen now, but we all kind of come in a group. It's funny enough, I see kind of the same names pop up on these things, like Chardonnay, I see you, I see Mills, I see a lot of people. They all come together, so it's cool to work it together and do podcasts and do everything because you begin to see that. But kind of going back to the performing, I mean, like really it kicked off more this last year. I think people started to take more notice of my music. I was doing I've been doing venue shows and stuff like that. I did Aura, did Nile Theater. That was a fun show. I had a underground Nile Theater, did the main stage. I've done a lot, and in the booking right now, that's the hardest part is just trying to get shows and trying to create outside of your realm. And for me, I'm looking to expand that and do more. But that's my number one thing about doing music. No matter how down you are or anything, it's the shows. It's the people that you get to meet that you've never heard your music that show you that love. And whether it's real or fake, and people come and they fucking hate it, they still came to see you. Like, they still came to see you. And I think that's so fun for me just to go up there and do a show, because I jokingly say that like I black out. I don't drink before shows or do anything, smoke or do anything like that. But I kind of just get into this different world where I never thought that I could. And just perform my ass off and just... Because I treat every show like it's my last. It's how I've always rolled with. I've always treated every show, because you don't know when you're going to get that opportunity. So I love it. I love it.
Oh, yeah, I get what you mean, like, 100% as far as the shows go. Like, bro, it's like, it could be a shit day, but if I know I'm performing later, it don't fucking matter.
It's the best feeling in the world. You give me that. It's the best. It's one of the best feelings in the world. And over time, I've learned that. And I think I look at those, like, I always like looking when people send me videos of me performing, or if I got my videographer coming in to film me, like, doing a show, I always beg people to send me content. So if you're listening, send me some content if you see me perform. I kind of would like that, so I like it.
Oh, yeah, content is, like, it's, like, the main thing now, you know, obviously with, like, social media and all that stuff. I kind of regret performing a lot and then not hitting people up for the content, bro, because, like, legit, like, I will perform, like, Pomona, LA, Arizona, and then, like, it just goes, you know, because I don't know any of those people out there, so I don't know where they are and shit.
I feel you with that. No,
you know what I'm saying?
I think, like, for me, like, I try to push as much content as I can. I don't care how bad of the video it is. I feel like you can make any video pretty cool, but that's why I kind of went with hiring. Well, not hiring, but it's one of my boys, Donovan Johnson, and then I have another guy, Santi Gomez. He does a lot of my music videos. So I've had the same relationships with these people for like 4 years, and they just kind of follow me around and everything. Like, we just kind of work. I mean, Donovan's more based out of Arizona, so if I'm recording in the studio, if he's coming to a show, he's got the pass and everything. So, but I love the content. I think it's a cool thing to look at, especially when. But I just try to get as much as I can. Personally, I don't care how shitty it is. I just want to. It's not like I want to see it, but like I want to see how it is. So yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you mentioned Santi. That was the first. That's like how I found. I guess I've heard of you.
From Santi.
Yeah, you were on a song with Keeley and on his podcast too.
Oh, you talking about Manifest? I think the song was called Manifest. Yeah, that song's not out anymore. Yeah. I don't know why personally. I like that song. I like the verse. I like the verse I gave on that song. I think it was a cool verse I gave. Yeah,
it was pretty sick. I mean, it was you, Ricky.
Yeah, shout out Ricky. Yo, Wristlock too, man. I haven't heard from those dudes in a minute, but shout out them. They some cool guys, man. That was fun making that song, making the video. Yeah, we shot that video. It's funny. I don't think I've ever talked about that song, which is funny. I've never even talked about that song. But, Santi and I have been working together for like four years since I started. He kind of saw something in me. We shot a lot of music videos, Mixed Emotions. Oh, shit. And I think we were looking to shoot a video, and I knew this Airbnb. It was at an Airbnb. We rented an Airbnb and everything, and we shot it. We shot it actually at the Airbnb, which is really funny. So it was a cool one. It was a cool nice little Airbnb. But I paid for the whole thing, and we kind of worked on it, man. It was fun. You know, I think that track's cool. I like it.
Oh yeah, that's how I originally heard of your music, seeing you, because my homie is actually Wristlock. Me and him do a lot of music together. Yeah,
he's a funny too, man. I don't think he's doing music anymore, which kind of sucks. But he's a good guy. Like I still see him on social media. I think he just got married too, which is kind of funny. I think he just got married, which is kind of tight. But yeah, man, no, it was a fun track. You know, I like those two dudes, man. They really work and they really push themselves. So I like what they're doing. And I know Ricky's still kind of making music a little bit on the side, and he changed genres a little bit. But I always keep my tabs. See, that's the thing with me. People don't understand is that I keep tabs on names, and I always remember things.
Yeah. Yeah, I do that too. I just like to check up on everybody.
Me too, bro. Absolutely.
See what they're up to, you know, like.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to see how everybody's progressing.
Damn, you really know. Damn, that was crazy. That's song I've never talked about once. That's from like a long time ago.
Yeah, bro.
Like no one That song I don't even think people really know about, which is funny enough. But yeah, it's cool. I like that song. It was a fun project.
Yeah, I was actually supposed to go to that video shoot, like where you guys are filming, but
oh really?
I couldn't make it. I was at work.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
like a small world, such a small. That's what I'm saying. It's weird how many mutual friends like we low key have. Like it's just funny, especially rappers and shit. But yeah, that was a cool shoot. Santi and I have worked on a lot of other projects and better projects too in the past. But that's why we've always we still work. We literally just shot for the new album. We just shot we just shot a music video. I think it's gonna come out pretty soon. So I came down for Coachella. So I flew in Thursday and I didn't even barely touched down in Palm Springs I was in Palm Springs for 30 minutes. We already were shooting. Like I had all my clothes in a backpack and we just went right to the location side of where we were going to shoot. So we shot a couple scenes for the video. We had a full script kind of written out. We got some people involved and everything. But Santi is one of those guys where, creatively him and I just see eye to eye on a lot of things. And he's also just an amazing friend. He's an amazing guy. I recommend a lot of people to work with him because I think him creatively, and he's grown his videos. If you're talking about Manifest, you're talking about that one video that he did, he's grown like crazy. Like the ability to produce. So I definitely tell you to work with him, man. He's a good dude. I think he needs to get. I want him to get a little more work out here in the Valley, at least for sure. I think there should be more artists, looking out for him because I think he's by far one of the best film guys in the Valley. I think 100%. I give it to him. 100%. I love working with him.
That's what's up. And yeah, when you said Santi, I was like, damn, I remember
shout
that name.
Boy. Santi shot. Shout out my boy.
Shit, I remember from there. Wristlock put me onto your SoundCloud.
That's when I started SoundCloud. This is so crazy. I've never talked about this. This is amazing. I've never gone this deep.
All right, let's get this deep. Let's talk about SoundCloud.
Let's go. Fuck it. I like it. Let's go to SoundCloud days. Wow, I did not think we'd go with that. Hey, let's go. I like it.
Yeah. So like when you jumped into SoundCloud, like what was your did you like have a plan or was it just kind of?
I just wanted to put out music. I wanted to put out music when at that time. I mean, not a lot of my stuff now that's on my Apple Music and Spotify because I changed that when I was like a junior. So I did SoundCloud. I was posting on SoundCloud for like 9 months. I would say I didn't even really post an insane amount of content at that time. Like really, like I didn't. Like there's songs on there that are so like. You would have to go on my SoundCloud. It wouldn't even be on my Apple Music now. It just was so. I look at those tracks, but that kind of with that. I mean, I look at it now. 4 years later, is just like a building block. It's kind of a building block to where I started and where I am. And then kind of around SoundCloud and around that time I had a lot of songs kind of get bigger in a sense, if you want to call it. People started to take notice. Mixed Emotions is a prime example of that, which was released around that time. But yeah, no, the SoundCloud shit was fun. I mean. I wasn't getting paid, which sucked. So I kind of wanted Apple Music and Spotify. I want to get paid a little bit for my music. But yeah, I think
100%,
But SoundCloud at that time was so big. It's not really as big as it is now, what it was back then in 2017, 2016. But I loved using it because it was just so easy. I just pushed upload and it worked out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, freaking on SoundCloud, I was like, damn, this dude's like really jacking up numbers right here. I was like, sharing it and all that shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't even know where that love came from, but I appreciated those times, and it's been the same since. I mean, like it really has been. But damn, yeah, no, those were good days. I mean, like I have certain songs on there that are definitely from my SoundCloud that like I look at now to like I should remaster this. Like there's certain tracks on there that like I'm like right now thinking of that I'd be like, okay, like maybe if I like went back in the studio now with the proper equipment and the proper marketing and all that, I could put that out. I think it'd be fire. I'd like to revive some of those songs, man. That'd be fun. But I love doing the SoundCloud. Like, I was just really young. When I was doing that. So I loved it. It was easy also like just so convenient too, just to like because I was on one platform, so I liked it. But I don't remember going to school like the next day and be like, oh, like I heard you're checking on SoundCloud, shit's hard. Like but I loved it. I love it. I gotta admit.
Yeah, see that's cool. Like talking about school and like people talking about your music on SoundCloud. When I was making music in high school, I was actually still passing out CDs and shit. I don't even think I used SoundCloud to be honest until like later. Yeah. Like it was pretty dope to like I walked out of school one day and someone was blasting it in their car and shit. That's
a different type of feeling. You know what I mean by that. When you hear someone playing your music, it's such a different feeling. I think it's also funnier too when people will send me videos of them like listening to my music or something like that, and I'll be like, I think it's so funny because like I don't know really how to respond other than like I'm happy as fuck and I'm like thank you, but like I love it. It's a cool feeling. I like it when people can sing your lyrics too. I think that to me is like the coolest thing in the world. That's why I love doing shows, is because you'll catch on and get the crowd to interact and sing your music. But no, I love when people listen to play my music. Obviously, listening is a huge part, but send me a video or anything, and I get to hear people kind of listen to it and get their reaction. I think that's such a cool thing. I love it. Hell
yeah. No, it's definitely a different feeling. It's like when I first heard that, I was like, oh shit, like this is fucking wild. Like what the fuck?
No, it's really wild, yeah.
It's crazy. Even like when I jumped into like Spotify and all that, because I had just started all like the full legit until about 2018.
2018?
2018 is when I went full legit, like, all that.
Yeah. No, it's a jump for sure. I've learned that it's definitely a jump as far as from going from SoundCloud to, but that also comes, like I was talking about earlier, like a confidence thing. It's like, it really makes no difference if you go straight from SoundCloud to there, like because everyone kind of has these platforms. It's not like the worst thing in the world to make that jump, but it's a struggling one in a sense, but like, I thought it was when I did it, like not struggling, but more like, oh crap, like this is a big deal that I'm doing this. Like it's like SoundCloud's a very secure place. As weird as that sounds, I think it's very secure, and it's very much so like you just put a name and it's all good. But it's like the same thing with all these other streaming platforms with Apple and Spotify and everything. But I think that growth is huge, but I think it just makes you bigger. I think you can get big off SoundCloud. I don't know now. You probably can now. I'm not saying you can't. But I think, the music industry has just changed so much over the last 4 years. And COVID and everything, it's just changed dramatically.
Yeah, actually, I don't even use SoundCloud anymore, and I don't really see anybody else posting.
That's what I'm saying. It's no one really posts. No one's like posts on SoundCloud. I don't really see that often. I really don't. If not, rarely.
Yeah, like now, I mean, honestly, like jumping onto like all platforms, that's just like a standard now when you're coming up. Like you should,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
you should. I think the best advice I can give to anyone that's listening and wants to do music, and you can even weigh in because you understand this. You're a guy that's made music longer than me. Is that you got to build a fan base and you got to be able to network and be able to build that. And then that's when it comes to you releasing your music. So that's why, like, for me, when I started out, I was doing SoundCloud because that's what I didn't know I could really put out my stuff at the time. But it took me time to really be able to build a group and be able to build a fan base and be able to build like a group of people that are willing to listen to your music. Like, it takes time for that. And then you put it on these Apple and Spotify things, and then that's where, you get added on the playlists from Spotify. People are able to network that more. But you have to really be able to build your fan base, and that takes years. That doesn't take, like, wake up one morning and you tell your homies that you're rapping and it's all cool. It takes time, man. Like, people don't understand that. Like, they do not understand that as far as how much us as artists we put in just to grow ourselves. And that's taking me time. I know for you understand me on that. Like, it really does. It takes time. It takes time to really be able to do that.
Oh yeah, bro. Like, investing in yourself is like...
And your money. Fuck it if it doesn't work. Like, people have invested thousands and thousands of dollars into this, but, I mean, it's not pay to play, like, to pay to make it, but you need that. You really need that.
Yeah, it's definitely important. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, like you said, they don't get it, man. Like, the finished product, they have no idea what.
It's easy to record a song. Here's what I can tell people right now. It's easy to record a song. I could record a song right now. You could play me a beat. I can rap onto this right now. But people do not understand the mixing and to master a song, how to mix a song, how to master a song, how to get proper background vocals. Maybe redo your lyrics. Make sure your mic is good. Make sure where you're recording is good. There's so many like what ifs. Yeah. So recording if you really take it that seriously, if you're a guy that's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna get my Apple AirPods and just record a song. But it's so much time and labor into putting out one track. You gotta get it on the streaming platforms. Then you gotta make sure the streaming platforms put it out on that date. Then you gotta get an album cover. Then the work's not even in the bed. The worst part is the work's not even done at that point. The work ain't even done. That's just like the beginning part. Like that's like, then you got to shout that out. Then you got to promote it. Then you got to do that. And obviously you got to let the song kind of take its course on it. But there's more to making music than what people want to think it is. It's not as easy as just pushing record and being like, okay, this is good. Because not everyone's going to fuck with it. You got to really put that time and you got to invest into yourself. That's the biggest thing. You have to invest into yourself.
Yeah, like there's definitely like I don't know if you could do this, and it's not even me like being big headed. It's just more like when I see like new rappers, I'm like,
yeah,
oh, okay, I see. You're not.
You see him, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can just tell right away, like, oh, okay, maybe they're just doing it just for the time.
Yeah, I mean,
because you can really see the difference between who invests and who doesn't.
100%.
Like hardcore.
I've had to learn that myself as far as over time, and that's why for me, each album that I've done has just grown more, especially this new one. Like I went from really engineering all by myself to me just fucking trial and error, trying to figure out stuff, and then it's worked. Like and then it's over that 3-year time, like mixing and doing all that work. But this was the first time I ever really had a second opinion, and I had a team work with, not a team, but a group of guys that I know personally. That I'm like, yo, tell me what you think of this. Yo, I need more producers.
That's a team, bro.
That's a team. It's like the Avengers.
One other person, bro.
It's the fucking Avengers. It's like the fucking Avengers. But
you know
it was the first time. It was the first time I really had to do that, and people don't understand. Like people can see that, and like I changed and but like my music a lot, and I decided I focused 3 months on the mixing. I took 3 months out of my own time. I'd stop recording for like a couple months just to focus on mixing tracks, just to get better at it, mixing other people's tracks. I was working with other artists, like being like, hey, like send me your stuff, and then I'll drop a feature. They need 8 bars or something like that. Like I can do that.
Oh yeah, bro. Talk about mixing. Like, what do you use to mix or like, like record?
Oh, so my recording aspect. Normally I'm at the studio. Now I'm at the studio right now. I won't be there too long because it's shutting down, which kind of sucks. I got good prices on it, but I like going to the studio more than anything. I definitely, if I'm home, I kind of have my speakers, I have my microphone, I have a lot of other things that I use. This isn't even all of it, but I use Pro Tools. I think Pro Tools is such an easy thing that I've been able to do. I obviously did, you start out doing GarageBand, like the minute you hop on, because you have a Mac computer, and you're like, fuck it, I want to record. But like once again, coming to the aspect of investing, I went forth with doing Pro Tools and everything, and then the mixing. I mean, I was like getting second opinions on it, so I just kind of do it on my own. Kind of sound wise and everything, make sure it sounds good, make sure beats are good and everything like that. So I do that, but now I'm taking more of the approach of just going more to the studio because I have an engineer that I work with, Dave Collins. Shout out to my boy. He's been an amazing part of my future and what he's done for me. But I don't know. I want to figure out when I go back to the desert. I want to start working more at studios because I've learned that there's only a couple studios that you really can work at. I know the one that you're at now. I've heard so much about. Like literally, I've heard from all my Valley friends and people that I work with, especially in the desert. I hear a lot about those studios. But not only for me, man. I mean, just being in Arizona, I've been able to just network a lot more and be able to work at different types of studios. And it's been kind of nice, low key, to kind of have that change. But I've been going. I pretty much go to one studio out in Tempe, and I've been going there for the last 5 months, but I just get really good price. I get good prices on it. It's good. I like the people that work there. It's all love. So I love it.
Hell yeah. And actually being in a bigger city, that's hella dope too.
It changes a lot. It changes a lot, man. It really does.
You meet like probably 30 times more the talent than you would in like whatever. And not even just talent. Like you meet like people who do videos or like a manager or like, bro, meeting people at the studio is some real shit. Like,
real shit. That's why I love the studio because you meet people. There's someone next door and you hear them doing an R&B song. Like, damn, what the fuck's that voice? And everyone's cool about it. I think what people got to understand and the artists and everything is that we got to work together more. I think people don't understand that as far as we got to stop being judgmental, and we got to like understand that you work with someone new and you make that happen. You be amazed about what the product that you can come out with. There's been a lot of people that I've worked with that I love working with, and I have insane relationships with now. Mills is a prime fucking example of that. I've been able to see him grow since he really started doing this rapping. I remember he did Lieutenant Cypher. It was that Lieutenant Cypher. I never knew who he was, and I saw him with a purge mask and a white, and just him rapping. And then I talked to I'm good friends with Angel Chavez. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with who he is and everything.
Yeah.
So I've been on his show before. I've been on his show twice. He's a homie. I've been on his show twice, and I was like, yo, who is that? He's like, it's my boy. And I was like, it's Mills. And I was like, he's like, he never put out music in his life. And then I was like, yo, like that's just amazing to me that this guy's never put out music. And I have a lot of love for Lieutenant, man. He's done a lot for the Valley. I mean, I was supposed to be on his Cypher too, but COVID kind of happened, so we got to figure that out. But I love. It's like that time working together and everything. And I started working with Mills. I seen kind of his growth, and then I put him on my new album. And I'm trying to think if he was the only, other than my Intel's group with D-Rock, and then we brought Jaden, who was originally in it. He was the only, I don't feel like I'm going to fuck this up. He was one of the only Valley artists that I had on that project. And I hit up a lot of people. I'm not going to name names, but I hit up a lot of people, and I didn't get a reverse back. But Mills was right away, sent it to me, and he went right to the studio and sent it to me the next day. And it's one of my favorite, Never Ever. It's one of my favorite tracks on the album.
Dude, Never Ever. I was actually at the studio. He just finished recording it, so I didn't hear it.
So you got the studio when he recorded it.
When I showed up, I think he finished.
Because I was busting his ass. I was like, I need this verse because I recorded that track back in, I'm going to say, July. Because I was working with Intels. I was working with D-Rock. I don't know if you know who D-Rock is. It's like I work with him. I've been working with him. He's been coming up with me for a while. And we have another album we've been working on for a while. And we did that all summer thinking we were going to release it, but we decided not to yet. Now we're going to wait on it a little bit. But I remember recording that track with him, and then I wanted to keep it as my own for a solo, but I sent it out to a couple people, but like Mills, I was like, I just love his tone of voice on it. And then it's just like, I got ghosted and aches and pains from previous relationships. It just kind of works, bounces off. He bounces off to me really well in the bass pattern, and I love it. So Mills is one of those guys where I see him wanting to work, and I see that he's pushing himself in his social media presence, TikTok, everything, you name it. He's been really grinding. He's one of those few people that I see in the desert that's really, not few people, I should say many, but I say people that, like, as far as artists I like enjoy listening to, I'm going to say 100% Mills, man. He's a friend for life. He's really helped me out with a lot of stuff, like more than what people want to know. Like, he's helped me out with a lot.
Hell yeah, bro. Yo, shout out Angel Chavez, shout out Mills.
Shout out him, man. Hey, I came in, I didn't even know he was from the Valley until I met him first, which is funny enough. I did not even know he was from the Valley, but he's a good dude, man. Because I knew him for his Coachella videos. And his interviews, and I was like, I like this dude, so I hit him up, and I didn't even know he was from Indio, and I was like, what? Like, I was like amazed by that. He's like, I'm from Indio, and I was like, yo. So he's done a lot, and he's done a lot too for the Valley. Angel's done a lot, man. He put a lot of people on interviews and everything, and that exposure. So it means so much to us artists, man. It really does. It means stuff like this. It means a lot to us, and including myself. It means the world to me.
Dude, 100%. Because I started the podcast over, I guess you could say, quarantine.
Yeah.
Because I was just like this on Zoom, and then I eventually got a podcast with Angel, and he opened his doors right away, man. He told me, you can do your podcast at my studio. And I was like, dude, I was forever grateful. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody does that. Like,
he's a good guy. He's honestly such a good guy, man. Like, he really, like, he keeps it real with every person there. 100%. And I love it. I love it, man. I think he's a good dude. He's an amazing guy. And
actually, I was surprised, too. I didn't know he was from the Valley either, because I was watching his Coachella videos, too.
Yeah, I had zero clue.
Crazy.
Zero.
He's literally like down the street. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, no, it's just crazy.
But yo, let's talk about this album. Let's talk about what you just dropped.
Man.
Never Ever, hard, contagious.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
The promo for Contagious on Instagram was pretty sick.
Yeah, no, that's actually funny. So you're talking about the eye thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I worked with this guy. I found him on TikTok. His name was Desert Sage. He's from Colorado, and I kind of just stumbled on him, and I wanted to up it a little bit. And I mean, like we're talking about investing ourselves. That was one thing that I kind of had to do, and I really pushed for him because he normally does it in such a 2-week period, but we did it in like 3 days because I was like, dog, I need some cool visual. Like I like a lot of the videos that you see on my social media that they're normally edited by me. I kind of like doing the full thing where I find hella videos on my phone and just put it up with some music. And there's some funny videos in there too. I like doing that. That's like my favorite type of style of videos. But we worked that promo itself, man. Like he kind of came up with that concept, and I don't know how he does it. I don't know the animation or anything, but he makes it happen. He's got an amazing page. But yeah, man, the album itself, I mean, like it was a lot. It was a lot for me. I'm excited that it's out. It's gotten amazing reception, better than I ever anticipated, in my opinion. But it was a challenging one. It was a challenging way to make this album. It took me 10 months to really put it out and to really get the proper songs that I wanted. But from the cover to everything, I think it's just such a real project. I think that's when you're talking of like really, to me, that I took a lot of risks with this project, but it's been the best selling one that I've had and the best one. And I look at this and I'm like, damn, like I really like this shit just came out amazing. Every track I feel like is just such a different storyline, such an amazing thing. Contagious, you're talking about. That track was, I knew that was going to be insane. I knew it was going to be a good track when I heard the beat, because my little brother's roommate, Cam, he made the beat to that. And he just sent me a shit ton of beats, and that was one of them. And I had the hook in my, because I wrote the whole song, but I can't sing, which is kind of sad. I wish I could. But I had this guy, Austin Alco, and I sent it to a lot of people. I'm not going to name names. I sent that track to a lot of people, and I had a lot of different versions of the song, like 7 different versions. No, literally, like 7 different versions of that song with the hook. But I kind of chose it out, and I felt it out, and Austin's, I feel like, really, I just told him what to say, and he said it perfectly. So I think this is just such, the production-wise and the quality of it, I think it feels nice to kind of hear more of that reception, and to hear, because that's a huge thing I focus on, is production and quality, and to get that type of reception where people are like, the quality on it's amazing and the production on it's amazing. That's all I ask for, and I think people, it's genuine too. So I think people seeing that, it makes it nice for me. It makes it nice. But I'm happy that this album's out. Literally, I was so tired of fucking recording it. I'm just happy it's out.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I get what you mean. Like when it's like super time consuming. I don't know how long you took to make the album, but like,
no, trust me, there were, and it wasn't even just strictly for that album. I was working on a lot of other features and a lot of other things. But for that project, there were so many nights, man, I'm being honest with you, where I really sat down. I was like, yo, can I really do this album? Can I really do this? Like, my mindset was so focused on this album, like, I would not sleep sometimes recording and just trying to make sure, like, I would start overthinking like crazy. But then that's when, like 3 months before the album, because it was just all me kind of recording it. It was all me really recording it. And I was just going so crazy. And then I started working with, Donovan, he's been a part of it. Winston Turner, he's a huge part of it too. And Dave, on my engineer, the engineer I work with, we started working on it more. And I just kind of was like, I need to up it. I need to go crazier than where I think I am. And then that's where kind of a lot of the tracks, we went to the studio and we had 4-hour blocks. Literally after this, I'm literally going to the studio. Like I'm going legit to go in the studio. So for me, it was a huge deal to really push myself and to grow. And I think this album is such a clear staple of that. So if you haven't heard the album, go hear it. It's not me, it's you. I'm telling you. I guarantee you will find one track that you will enjoy, from the intro to the outro to everything. I mean, my favorite song changes every day. That's how much I love this album. It really does.
Hell yeah, that's dope. And actually, I see you're wearing a Yungbc tee. You got like
merch too? Oh hell yeah, I got the merch. Yeah, Much Love hoodies. If you ever see a Much Love hoodie, that's all me. So yeah, I've been doing the merch since my senior year of high school. I've been doing that. So this is like a one-of-one t-shirt. Like I just want this t-shirt for myself. So I got the logo, just a basic t-shirt and everything. I always gotta represent. I always gotta wear it. But yeah, man. I mean, I've been doing the merch for like 3 years. I was selling it. I have a website, intelsclothing.com. You can go get whatever merch. We're talking hoodies. I'm talking crew necks. I'm talking yoga pants. I'm talking t-shirts. Summertime. Get your Yungbc t-shirt. But I took a step back kind of from the merch just because I was so focused on this album and the music. But yeah, no, I love putting out the merch. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's too many people trying to steal my merch, man. I have too many like extra things of merch, and I'll normally just give it out. Not give it out like that because I hate giving out free merch, but I have some girlfriends that want some merch, and I'm pretty gullible when it comes to that. So I just give out my merch like that sometimes. But it is what it is.
No, I get you. Yeah, honestly, like when I started my merch, I was just handing it out.
Yeah, you do have merch. No, I know you got merch. Yeah, I know you. Yeah, you got merch.
Yeah, I was just like handing that shit out. I was like, yo, like I need your.
I want to make a profit. That makes me money though. That people don't understand. Like that merch, like it makes you money. But I've taken a step back only because it also is another thing for music, and that is two different bubbles in my opinion. They're 2 different bubbles.
Oh yeah, like you gotta like turn your focus all to that.
That's exactly why.
That's like a whole different book to just like.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll drop some merch this summer. We'll do a little jersey exchange. I'll give you merch and then you hook me up. I got you. We'll make it happen. I'll rep that. Hey, shout out Goons though. I know you know about Goons. I still rock their shirt like a motherfucker. I literally rock that black t-shirt that they gave me all the time. I love it. I've used it on a show before. I love their merch. I always like local merch, man. I think it's so cool to see that because there's not that many people that do that. but I wear that merch, man. I love wearing it. I think it's comfortable clothing. I love it. I genuinely love it.
Hell yeah. Shit. Actually, I haven't really seen much of the Goons like promote or like drop much, but
yeah, man. I know they haven't really put out music. I want them to put out more music, man. We got some great songs together, man. Vibe with Me and whatever you like. Those are some of my favorite tracks that I've really. I'm not just saying that because of them. Like I just love them. I wanted them on the album really badly, man. I know they ain't really recording. I don't know. That's more their business. I'm gonna let them take care of that. But they still my boys. You know, shout out to all of them. They really are. They let me record at their place when I had nowhere else to record, and I would pester them about studio time and me coming over just to record. Like I would pester them. So I got a lot of love for them. They really one of the few people that I consider friends in this industry, and it's them for sure.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. Shit, man. So what's up with you said the video? I know you're talking about a video when you got off the airport. What song is that for again?
Oh, I can say Stay Up. It's for Stay Up on the album. Stay Up. So I got a lot of videos right now that I got lined up. I think we're gonna start dropping next week. I got another interview. I got a lot more content coming out right now too. I got a big kind of sit down interview, talk about the album. We kind of did a little Q&A type of session thing. We kind of sat down, discussed them, just strictly talk about this new album. I got a couple videos coming out. Infatuated, I think we got that coming out soon. Stay Up's coming soon. I'd like to get one for Contagious. I'm kind of working on that right now behind the scenes. And then another track on the album, MILFs, which has so far been the number one. That's been like the number one song of the album. And I never thought it would. So we got some casting calls. I'm gonna be honest with you. We got some casting calls on that, and we're gonna make that a full production. That's the plan right now. We're gonna make those two songs especially big productions. But yeah, I may end up honestly having like 7 or 8 music videos. I'll probably even shoot one for Never Ever. I might have to hit up Angel in the DMs and be like, let's shoot a video for this. I know Mills and I have talked about it, but obviously the album's only been out for like 2 weeks now. 2 weeks, a week now. So I'm just kind of letting it, only a week. No, yeah, like 2 weeks. 2 weeks or a week. I'm just kind of letting it take its course right now and just letting see how it is, promoting it the best that I can in my abilities. So we're a lot more content coming soon. It's just people got to be patient. The people got to be patient.
Shit, 100%. Fuck, man, it sounds like you get into a lot. Honestly, like as far as like the music goes, I've been on it. But like as far as like social media, I'll like post like me at a show or something when I was performing. But really like man, like TikTok and stuff like that.
I've been on that now. I don't like using it if I'm being dead ass with you. I really don't like doing it, but it's grown my audience more. I sometimes have gotten in Arizona recognized because of my TikToks, which is really weird because I don't put up like insane numbers. I put up numbers, but like nothing off the top crazy. I can't even give you like a number, but I've got recognized sometimes for my TikTok and everything. But I think social media is a huge, obviously, it's just a growing thing. So I think that's why I like to use it. I think it's so toxic in my opinion, but it's just a part of it. I don't look at social media as me going on social media to like check on other people or see how I use it as a job. I use it as business. If you can't tell, I'm a very like businessy person. Like doesn't mean I don't like to have my fair share of fun or do anything, but I'm all about work. When I get an inquiry about a show or something like that, I kind of put the business cap on and then I'll work and do that. So I think that's for me doing that. I've been having that since I was 17. So just me having that mentality is huge.
I mean, yeah, that's some cool shit, honestly, because like a lot of people forget that it's the music is.
It's a business. No, it's not. You gotta work for it, man. And I don't care about if none of this pans out, but I just think for me where my goals are at and everything, where I've been able to accomplish what I want to do is I just want to grow that more, and I want to include others in that process, and I want to be able to work with others and grow. But at the end of the day, I care more about also being a good person, and I don't want to ever let that get away from what I want to do. I never ever want to get that away from me.
Yeah, shit, that's deep. It really is.
Facts.
A lot of people like let social media run it. You know what I mean? Like they let
people let that shit. They let that shit get to their heads. They let it get to their heads. It's not like how
followers, bro, and likes. People change.
True story, bro. True story. I've seen that. I've witnessed that my entire life. I've seen people get the wrong narrative about certain things and everything, and and then I got angry people trying to text me, and I'm like, I don't need that shit. Like I don't need that. So yeah, people let that people get it to their head, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, honestly, like when it gets to people's heads and like, trust me, I've had my fair share too. When I jumped into social media for the first time, and I really didn't really know how to like maneuver through like the BS. But yeah, fucking man.
I mean, yeah, I know I can go on and on about that, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. So yeah,
it's all good. It's all good. Well, sheesh. I know you got a studio session.
Yes.
So, dude, seriously, like even on the side of the podcast, like it's been cool just to chop it up with you, bro. Like,
likewise, man. It's weird. I'm just amazing about how we've never really met before. It's kind of funny. Like I've just known about you, man. Like really, I like the work. I like your flow, bro. Especially that video you were sending me. That new music video you got is insane. I think it's cool, bro. Me, my people, your people got to work. I'm telling you. So I like it, man. It's just weird. I just think it's so crazy how we've just kind of seen each other. I've seen you perform, man. It's just weird. Like I've just been able to kind of see a growth and everything, and it's amazing to kind of come on this podcast and just kind of talk about life. And that's why I like doing these types of things. I'm not like an interview. I'm really not an interview press person. I've never been, but stuff like a podcast and stuff like that, where obviously I know your people and I kind of know who you've been around and work, and I know you're from the Valley, and I always love showing. I like showing love because they show love to me. So I think for that, man, I know you're working and I know you're grinding. So I'm excited to see, man. I want to hopefully we do a show together this summer. I'll be back in the summer. Hopefully get some work in. So I'll be back and forth to Arizona a lot, but definitely get you come out to Arizona. It's a good party out here. I can easily say that it's a fun party. I love Arizona.
Hell yeah, dude, seriously, like we could definitely run something. Like,
hell, bro, it'd be crazy.
Music or whichever. I make beats too. However it works, 100%. But shit, dude, thanks for hopping on.
Of course,
GreenSkull podcast, Yungbc. But yo, before I let you go, how old are you, bro?
I'm 20. I just turned 20.
Oh, okay, shit.
Yeah, just turned 20.
Nice. And you changed your name right there. It's Yungbc, but what is your name? It's
Bannon Clark. People know me, Bannon Clark, Yungbc. I got many nicknames, but yeah, Bannon Clark. Yeah. Shit.
All right, bro. Well, thanks again.
Of course, man.
Chopping up.
Appreciate it all. All the love to you, man. Thank you so much for having me on the podcast, man. It means the world to me. Hey, go stream the new album. Much love to all, man. Seriously, much love to each and every one of you.
You're listening to the GreenSkull podcast.
A podcast for Fife fans, music artists, and creatives alike.